I've been doing this video thing for a decent amount of time now, and one thing I've noticed a lot of creatives and just videographers, filmmakers, and people who create content like me and like you guys who are watching is that a lot of them tend to neglect sound design. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely one of those people who neglect sound design here and there, but it is absolutely the #1 thing that can take your video from average to great. And I'm not saying if you shoot bad footage it's gonna make the video amazing all of a sudden, but I promise you guys, adding sound design to your videos is gonna add the flair and the immersiveness that your video needs and that people are looking for. And that's what's gonna make people gravitate towards your content. I'm no audio engineer or sound engineer by any means, but I promise you guys, if you implement sound design correctly and make it complement your visuals, that's what's gonna take your video and ramp it up to the next level. There's way too many times where I'll be watching a reel on Instagram or a really dope cinematic video on YouTube, and the music is dope, the cinematic visuals are fire, but the thing that's taking me out of the experience is the fact that there's absolutely no audio complementing that video. When it's such an easy fix and such an easy thing to implement that even if you're not an expert on the matter, you can just throw it in there and just make a world of difference. I'm gonna take you guys through my process of at least beginning to add sound design to your videos, and if you guys are gonna be looking for a more in-depth process or a more in-depth explanation of how to add sound design to your cinematic sequences or to your Instagram reels or whatever type of content you're creating, as my audio knowledge is limited, definitely go seek out people who actually are experts in this area or people who just have a little bit more experience than me. But just to at least get you guys started, I'm going to take you guys through my specific process of what I do when I want to add sound design to my videos to at least make my videos feel a little bit more immersive. Alright guys, so we're back over in Premiere Pro. I just want to bring you guys through my process for when I am doing sound design in my videos. Now, obviously you guys are going to want to have a subscription of some type, like Soundstripe, Epidemic Sound, Artlist is cool. Whatever subscription you guys use to use, music or sound effects from a licensed website, that way you're not being copyrighted, that's what you want to do. So I was using Epidemic Sound for a while. Now I'm using Soundstripe. I think that they have a better selection of music and a better selection of sound effects from what I've seen so far. Maybe not sound effects actually. I think Epidemic Sound might have the leg up on that regard, but either way I'm using Soundstripe. So let me bring you guys back over to Soundstripe, and we are in Soundstripe right now. And I already downloaded the audio. Obviously, as you guys saw that sequence that I played before we got into the video, but I already have the audio for that sequence that I had edited that you guys had just saw that I did for a boxing gym. But this is just what you would do. Very straightforward, very simple. Don't want to make it very complicated. So like, we're over in Soundstripe. Now, for example, if you're watching your video, and we'll play it back with just the music really quick so you can kind of get a feel for what I'm trying to explain here, and I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so I'm not going to play through the whole video, but just watching that back, like you definitely feel like you should be hearing something. Like there's no punches, there's no whoosh when I'm speed ramping, there's no gym audio, like it's just very empty. The music is dope, the music is very dope, but like there's just nothing there's nothing that's immersing you in the video. There's nothing that's making you feel like you're actually there with them, which is why sound design is so important. No matter what level of sound design you're on, adding something is better than just straight music. That works, but there's no audio, helping to immerse you in the video. There's nothing that's making you feel like you're actually there with them, out there training in the boxing gym, watching them in real life, up close, hitting the bags and doing their thing, which is why sound design is so important. So what I would do, like I said, I played back through half of that video. And really, when you're watching your video, to add sound design, whether it be Foley, whether it be sound effects that you downloaded off of Soundstripe or whatever subscription service you have, just try to match up certain sounds with the video and maybe some dynamic sounds to, once again, just add immersion. If there's a speed ramp, a whooshing sound or like a wind or like something that makes it feel like it's going quick is what I tend to do and what a lot of other people tend to do. And it makes it feel like it sells the movement too. it's not even just about the audio, but it helps to sell the movement. And sometimes audio can even like mask a cut because you're hearing a sound and you're focusing on the noise rather than a cut. But for example, let me go to a place where I speed ramp in this video. So this very first zoom in, when it goes from artwork on the wall and the photos framed up to the first guy that's hitting the bags, it's a smooth zoom in from that to the guy. And to help sell the movement, I use like a whoosh effect because it helps to make you feel like you're really transported from this scene to the next scene. And I'll show you guys what it is with just the music, and then I'll show you without. See, you know, that works because it's on the cut. And, you know, honestly, I probably could have got away with adding nothing there. But when you add like a whoosh sound effect, let me throw all the sounds in there and show you the difference. See, that's just the whoosh. It helps to sell that effect. It makes it so much better. And also, as he's hitting the bags, before it was very silent. Watch how, like, it feels a lot better when you actually have sound effects of him actually hitting the bags in there. So let me play that back. Yeah, just way more immersive. Way more immersive. And honestly, guys, it's as simple as that. In this video, since he's hitting the bags, I just looked up punching sound effects. Now, if you want to go on a place like Soundstripe, I forget what I searched up. I think I just did boxing, right? Go over to Soundstripe, search boxing. In this instance, that's what you would need. Actually, sound effects. We're in music right now. They have playlists too. So, you know, wintertime, take a walk, bells. They give you little descriptions to let you know what aspect of sound design that you're going to be looking for. Very simple. I love the way that they do that. They do the same thing with the music. The playlists do help. And even if you go up to projects, say like for me, I did Uppercuts Boxing Club Reels, and I was able to put not only my music, but I was able to put my sound effects in here so that I knew what audio pertained to what project. So that makes it a lot easier, because if you just download a bunch of music or sound effects like I do, you're gonna sometimes forget which one's which or where it went or whatever it is. I have folders, but like if I'm working pretty quickly and it's just in my download folder in Windows, then you might lose it. So that project section is new, but it's super useful, and I like that Soundstripe has that. I don't think Epidemic Sound has that, but yeah. So, you know, over in sound effects, you want to search boxing, and look, now we got a bunch of sound effects for boxing. We got somebody hitting the bags. We'll play that back. You know what I mean? We got different sounds. Standing bag hits soft. You know what I mean? Like, that works, guys. And like, say the whoosh effect that I used to help sell, you know, going from that photo scene to the guy hitting the bags. Super, like, you know, we can find something. Maybe that if you're, you know, I don't know, up on a mountain, something flies by. I don't know. You could use these for anything. Whoosh effects honestly work for anything, but this is what I mean. Like, you get creative with your sound design. Depending on what you see in the scene, what's going to help sell the movement, what's going to help make the person feel more immersed, to make it feel like they're really there, to add sound that you feel like you should be hearing in that certain scene. It's really that easy. And, you know, as you get better at it, you can take it to the next level with sound effects and parametric equalizer, you know, reverb. Once you start getting real crazy with sound design, that's when your videos are going to be way above the person who's just using music. But let's hop back into Premiere because I think you guys get the point. But if you do want to download an effect like this, like say if you're going to download that whoosh effect, go over, you hit download, and then boom, download right there. And if you want to add it to a project, hit that and you can add it to your project. So super simple. Soundstripe makes it easy. We'll hop back into Premiere. And you know, when I downloaded my sound design, I make folders. I make it easy for myself. But you want to go over to wherever it is in your download files on your computer. Most people, it'll be in your downloads. You grab it from here. You want to throw it into your project. I don't think that's anything that you guys are not aware of, but if you didn't, then yeah, do that. Drop it in here. I have a folder called audio effects. We'll play one back, for example. I used that whoosh effect a few times in the video. I think specifically right here. Yeah, so right here, and so when you see the bag come up, that's where I use that to help sell the movement. Right there, if you can hear. I'll even do it without the music and just this line of audio so you guys can hear that. So that speed ramp with the bag, it helps sell that movement a lot better than if it was silent. Like, let's play this back with no audio and it just feels empty. Yeah, no, you definitely feel like you should be hearing something there. Same thing here, you know, I added more punching effects from earlier. We'll play those back. Added whoosh effects when the guy is using his jump rope to really sell the movement. In fact, not even a whoosh effect. I searched up jump rope and sped it up a little bit to correlate with it. So we'll play it back on this line by itself. You know how much more sense that makes instead of hearing absolute silence? Yeah, no, like, you know, you feel like you should be hearing something there. And for the most part, guys, I'm going to keep it very simple, not to drag this video out too long, but you get the point. Essentially, you just want to continue to use whatever's going on in your video to add sound design to the video and, you know, just make it more immersive. I know I keep saying that, but it's the truth. It does make the video more immersive. It makes everything just blend together and flow really well. You can get creative, like I mentioned. You know, those whoosh effects, that's not really something that necessarily happened in real life, right? But it helps to sell the movement. So, you know, like I said, just get creative. Soundstripe, Epidemic Sound, they have a bunch of sound effects that you can use. And just think outside the box. Throw in whatever type of audio that you think is going to make everything come together. And another thing is layer audio, guys. Don't just use one track of audio. Layer different tracks of audio so that when they all play back together, it sounds really good and it sounds almost like you're in real life. You're not hearing one sound in real life. There's a mix of sounds. So just to end off the video and keep things super simple, I'll play it back with just the sound design so you guys can get a feel for, even without music, you know, the audio in the video makes sense to some extent, you know what I mean? With sound design, I usually don't go too crazy. I just add, I have a folder actually in my effects where I'll go over and I'll use studio reverb. I'll bring the studio reverb, put it on, you know, the track or whatever it is. Let me click on it so you guys can see. Go over to your effects controls panel. And with my studio reverb, I put mastering reverb just because I feel like it sounds the best. It helps to blend the audio into the background. That way it's not in the forefront sounding like it's weird. Like I want my music to be kind of front and center and the audio effects to be in the background for you to hear it, yes, but not overpower the music. So I use mastering reverb. It works good for me. Usually I'll tend to also, let me zoom in here. I'll fade sound design in and out depending. In this video, it was a lot of quick punches, so fading it in didn't really make sense, but I will do that. I'll usually use just the default fade in to help me have the sounds fade in and out seamlessly so it's not very abrupt. But yeah, guys, let's play this back with sound design, and that's really about it. If you guys have any questions, just put it down in the comments, and I'll be sure to try to answer them as best as I can. Like I said, I'm not a sound design expert, but I feel like this will help you guys at least get your leg in the door when it comes to adding sound design to your videos, because it is a big part of creating cinematic and professional looking content. So that last sound you guys heard there is called a riser. I tend to use risers a lot. in the beginning or in the ending of my videos. It helps to sell the ending or the beginning. But yeah, we're gonna keep it like that, guys. My name is Jason Morrison. I do a lot of videography and filmmaking content and storytelling and just lifestyle content as well. So feel free to put down the comments, like I mentioned, if you have any other concerns about this video or any feedback for me on this video. Continue to seek out other guys better than me who are more informed and well-versed than me on this topic, and feel free to come back and subscribe if you guys are looking forward to more content like this and more storytelling type stuff, because that's the type of stuff I love to do. And we're just building a community of people who love filmmaking and videography around here. I've been doing this for a minute now, and I still very much enjoy it. Hope you guys do as well. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.